Hey, what's happening? Welcome to Mate TV, whether you're joining me on YouTube or now on Spotify and iTunes. Hi, welcome. This is the third part of a trilogy of videos that caps off a little bit of a drama that's been unfolding behind the scenes at Liverpool for a number of months now. The New Balance versus Liverpool court case has come to an end. A judge has ruled that despite the fact that New Balance were trying to meet the matching clause in their Liverpool kit deal, it has been ruled by the judge that they're incapable of doing that, so Liverpool are now free to press on with the pre-agreed deal with Nike to manufacture the kits and the surrounding apparel from the 2020-21 seasons. Now, those of you who have watched the previous two parts in this trilogy of videos and thoughts will know that, I wasn't overly complimentary of Nike in those early videos. I'm not a huge Nike fan, if I'm perfectly honest. However, let's have a little bit of a deeper dive and a little bit of a deeper chat into what this Nike deal will mean for Liverpool moving forwards post the Warrior New Balance era. But before I do, let me just draw attention to the fact that this video is brought to you in partnership with OneFootball, the fantastic football app that you can get on your mobile phone that gives you everything you need to know about your football club, but in my instance, of course, Liverpool Football Club, from previews and reviews, match day centres, lineups, scores, predict, all that kind of everything you need, chat and discovery around Liverpool Football Club is in the OneFootball app. I'll link to it in the description underneath. If you're enjoying it already, let me know in the comments section underneath. So Nike and Liverpool, a bold new future for the mighty Reds. And look, I've made plenty of opinions known on my thoughts on Nike and my concerns over them maybe doing cookie cutter kits, apply just as much to my preferred destination of Adidas. Let's be perfectly honest about this. All major companies have this because when you're a major company, there's economies of scale, shall we say. However, let's work on the notion that Liverpool are going to be treated as a top tier brand and association by Nike. And in that regard, you look at the deal that they've had with Paris Saint-Germain. That's all we're looking for, really. Look, as fans, we have our preferences. We have our preferences of what the kit looks like. I just like Adidas. I just do. I've been conditioned over years. I'm a fucking Scouser. We just love Adidas. We do. Trainees, tracksuits, football kits, all that good stuff. And of course, it harps back to, for me, growing up watching Liverpool in those kits in the mid 80s and the 90s, and then of course back in the noughties as well. So I grew up with those being Liverpool's kits. However, Liverpool have fallen on harder times throughout that period. It led to the world where, of course, Adidas famously chose not to renew their deal with Liverpool because they didn't feel they were getting value for money. Liverpool are now right back on top, the elite of football, and therefore are a much more desirable brand. Someone could look and Jurgen Klopp uses the logic about in signing football players about not wanting guys who want to jump on the train already in motion. He wants guys who are prepared to get the train, push the train, get the train moving. That does not apply to elite business because it's association is very, very important. And look, let's use two great examples of this. In just in the last year alone, where Liverpool have used greater associations to help grow the brand. The first one is, of course, Nike New Balance, but the one that we've already seen in action. Liverpool had an exclusive deal with Pro Evolution Soccer. And Liverpool now have a partnership deal with EA, with FIFA, which means they're the cover team. You've got Virgil van Dijk walking around Melwood, showing the player ratings off, etc., etc., etc. Is Pro Evolution Soccer a better football game than FIFA? Yes. Look, it's a footballer's football game by all accounts. It plays better. It's better for couch co-op and all that kind of stuff. Is it perceived? Does it sell more? No, it doesn't. FIFA is a much bigger game. It's a much bolder, it's a much more recognisable entity than Pro Evolution Soccer. That saddens me, but it's true. And so as much as it might be, there's a cool factor to being involved with this sort of more cult brands, that kind of stuff. When you want to establish yourself as one of the biggest brands globally, being associated with equally sized or market leaders in their field gives you size by association. You've just got to look at how Liverpool, an association with FIFA, people talk about it. People go on about it far more than anyone ever went on about the Pro Evolution Soccer deal. And this is going to be the same for Nike. And I reference Paris Saint-Germain because if we're treated in that way, and I think there will be a degree to which Nike will have certain models of kits and there will be similarities between them, fine. I can accept that. I can. I'm not made up with it. I'm not absolutely delighted with it, but I can accept that. But again, Paris Saint-Germain, look at the Jordan deal. So they release a series of kits with the Air Jordan logo on instead, and they've got a series of apparel and casual wear, sportswear that's associated with Jordan. Fucking cool. Fucking cool. Does it add to anything on the pitch? No, it doesn't really, to be perfectly honest, but it gets people talking about the club. And some people balk at all this, and they balk about when we talk about Liverpool, the brand, and Liverpool, the business, and all these kind of things. Like, what? Liverpool are the business on the pitch. Jurgen Klopp is delivering. He's delivered a fantastic side. It's been financed well. But if you want sustained success, you've got to make your money while you can make your money. People who work at Manchester United's marketing departments and all those kind of things, the business side of Manchester United have been laughing their cocks off at Liverpool for the entire Premier League era, because Liverpool have been in the fucking stone age when it comes to these things, and only in recent years, probably, Ian Ayre onwards, have they started to capitalise on the size of global brand that they are. But there's only so much you can do. There was a limit to what Liverpool could achieve in that, because Liverpool on the pitch weren't doing the business. So it's very hard to market Liverpool as anything else other than they're historically a big brand. You're trying to tell people you're brilliant, how great you are. And people are looking at going, I'm sorry, who is that in your midfield? Is that Charlie Adam? Yeah. Fuck off. We don't want to be associated with Charlie Adam and Stuart Downing and Paul Konchesky and Christian Pulisic, all this crap. We want to be associated with the best and brightest. We've got the best centre-half in the world. He's a Nike athlete. Virgil van Dijk's face is plastered on billboards all over Liverpool, all over the world, because you have these associations. Famous for being famous, and it's not just that anymore. It's famous for being famous, also backed by being currently brilliant as well. The absolute... The perfect, it's everything, it's every single part of the cake with the cherry on top, and the perfect display, and it's just, this is it. Liverpool capitalising on being the best while they are. Manchester United were never embarrassed about this, and look, we like the fact that Liverpool is it's a parochial town. We like the fact that we've got what we are at the core of that, and if you can maintain that, which Liverpool I think have taken brilliant strides in doing, with obvious missteps along the way, of course, engaging with the fan groups, and engaging with Boss, and engaging with Redmen and Anfield Rap, and all these bits and pieces, these grassroots organisations around the city, Spirit of Shankly, these are good things. If you can maintain that Scouse heart, the ethics of the club, the thing that powers the club on the pitch, you can put a brilliant team out that plays a brand of football that we all identify with, that we love as long-term fans, but also as enticing to outside fans and outside players as well. And then you can market yourself to the best of your ability. You have the ability all of a sudden to not just be this little club from a little part of the country with its funny little identity, that kind of, when it's great, it's fine, everyone kind of shuts up about it, but when they slip off, everyone's ready to just smash into us because, it's perceived as being arrogance or whatever. If Liverpool can get it right off the pitch in terms of bringing in the most money that they possibly can with the likes of these Nike deals, then we have a chance of once again re-establishing Liverpool as a brand that doesn't go anywhere. Because as much as Manchester United have fallen down the pecking order in terms of football, in terms of the global brand Manchester United, it's not going anywhere. Juventus are trying to do that now. They've been brilliant off the pitch, but they haven't really nailed themselves as the global brand. Everyone looks at Real Madrid, they look at Barcelona, and to some extent, unless they're there or thereabouts, you got Bayern Munich as well. And Liverpool and Manchester United, in terms of brand recognition, are right up there. So Liverpool need to be the biggest and brightest. They need to have the biggest kit deals, they need to have the biggest brand deals, they need to have all of these key brands around them to make this money while they can. And it does, a little bit of sick comes up in my mouth when I think about it, because I want football to just be the lads on the pitch. I want it to be raw. I want it to be the young boy on the terrace twirling his scarf and and glassy-eyed looking at the glow and green of the pitch under the floodlights. All that stuff that I had as a kid. But also, I want Liverpool to be fucking brilliant and have all the best players and win every game of football match and every piece of silverware forever and ever and ever. And if this is the kind of thing that helps empower that, then more's the better. Anyway, there was a fantastic thread done on Twitter in the last week or so by Mo Chatra, and it was in advance of the court case being finalised, but he talked about some of the interesting stuff and obviously some of the figures that came out. The New Balance sold 2.9 million Liverpool kits, a record. And there's talk about what the Nike deal would look like for Liverpool. He says, if Liverpool go with Nike, it'd be reasonable to expect shirt sales to increase given their much stronger market presence and marketing power. Now, this is speculation, of course. He's saying conservatively a 10% increase in shirt sales to 3.2 million. Working to an average price of £70, including badges, letters for names, etc. Gross sales of 224 million. Liverpool have agreed a deal, apparently, with a 20% cut of net sales, which is why the whole thing is really, really interesting. On that basis, it's fair to assume net sales figure of at least 200 million. 20% of that net sales amount equates to 40 million. Add that to the guaranteed 30 million figure that Liverpool are apparently getting straight up from the Nike deal, and that could be around 70 million, and that's before revenues from other clothing, apparel and footwear are taken into account. So you start to see what this could mean for Liverpool in terms of the motivation to capitalise on the brand, in terms of working. We could see Liverpool working with Converse as well. We could see Liverpool working with Jordan, and we could see some of the biggest and most recognisable athletes outside of football wearing Liverpool gear, making that live bird transcend Liverpool Football Club. And when it does that, when it becomes what the New York Yankees logo is, and you earn money off that every single time, you've become a global brand, which means that Liverpool can be resistant to periodic dips off the pitch, which means that Liverpool will be what we want them to be and have a greater chance of sustaining themselves at the top, because when you've got financial clout, it's very difficult to fall away. Real Madrid never fall away. Barcelona never fall away. Even though Man United are falling away at the moment in terms of football, it won't take them 30 years to win a league title, because they'll be able to buy their way back onto the top table because they have that financial clout available to them. And Liverpool stand on the precipice of becoming the club that, if they'd been able to do this in the 80s, if this has existed in the 80s, if they'd not dropped the ball in the 90s, Liverpool would be that already. They've got the history, they've got the story, they've got the fans, they've got the side on the pitch, and potentially they could have the power to make themselves into a global superpower on and off the pitch for the foreseeable future. And as much as I don't necessarily love Nike kits, I'm happy to support them if it gives me that Liverpool. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel by clicking my face, and check it out on Spotify and me at ThePaulMatron on Twitter as well. Nice one, everyone.